if you wanted to overfly Palm Springs, going through the basin and over to LA, if you crossed over above 3,000, you wouldn't have to talk to him.
Okay. Right, running straight and narrow. Here we go. Knots. 50. There's 60. Tick, rotate. Little dumpy.
Yeah, so now we can listen to the ATIS as we're going out this way.
Okay.
Because you want to give yourself plenty of time, so you keep going out this way a little bit.
Okay.
That way you don't have to rush anything.
Airman, runway 31 right, runway end identified lights out of service. Hazardous weather information for Southern California available on High Watch, Flight Watch, or Flight Service frequencies. All departures, contact ground control. All 121.9er to obtain your clearance. All aircraft read back runway assignment and all hold short instructions. If on initial contact you have information, whiskey. Palm Springs Air Permission Whiskey 1852 Zulu. Wind variable at 6. Weather better than 5,005. Temperature 19er. Dew point minus 07. Altimeter 3012. Runway 31 right, runway 31 left in use. Expect a visual approach. Notice Airman, runway 31 right, runway end identified lights out of service. Hazardous weather information for Southern California available on High Watch, Flight Watch, or Flight Service frequencies. All departures, contact ground control. All 121.9er to obtain your clearance. All aircraft read back runway assignment and all hold short.
So now what we'd want to do is dial in our altimeter setting at 3012.
Yep, I did it.
Okay.
Very close to that.
Okay, perfect. So the winds are variable at 6 plus 5,000 feet, 5 miles. Temperature is 19, 2.7, 3012. They're using 31 right and left for visuals. Okay. We'll go back to 2. And I'd pull that back just to drop down. That way it comes out of the air a little bit better.
Okay.
On a check ride, you don't want to dive the airplane and pick up speed.
So if I'm descending, it's perfectly normal just to use the throttle to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because as you dive, then you got more air going over the wings, and then it starts wanting to pull up on you. Gives you a little extra lift. This way, if you pull it out and then you come back in when you want to level off at the same RPM, you're already trimmed for that, so it's less work.
Oh, good point. SoCal Cessna 4867 Delta. We're over Bermuda Dunes Airport, inbounds for Palm Springs. With information whiskey. We're at altitude 1,800.
SoCal departure, good afternoon, last air 1485 with your 3000.
So 67 Delta, SoCal approach, radar contact. I think you said the ATIS. If not, advise when you do. Palm Springs altimeter 3011 and squawk 0226.
Squawk 0226, and we have ATIS whiskey. Thank you.
Yeah.
So our primary reason is so that he gets us on radar, and then he will tell us when to...
67 Delta, contact Palm Springs Tower 119.7. Good day.
67 Delta, contact Palm Springs. Thank you.
And what you want to do is just say 19.7, 67 Delta.
1485, climb maintain 13,000.
You can switch that over now.
13,000, last air 1485.
And then all you're doing is saying, you know, Palm Springs Tower, 4867 Delta, we're with you, 2,000, or 1,800.
Okay.
For touch it goes.
Palm Springs Tower, Cessna 4867 Delta, we're with you on at 1,800 feet inbound. We're over Highway 10.
Springs Tower, say parking?
67 Delta, we're over the Highway 10 inbound.
She wants to know where our parking is.
Cessna 67 Delta. Where would you like to park on the airfield?
Tell her we want touch and goes.
Yeah, request touch and goes.
Cessna 67 Delta, make straight in runway 31 right. Runway 31 right, clear for the option.
31 right, 67 Delta.
Yeah.
Oh, and I need to say clear for options.
So you don't even have to say we're over the freeway. She sees us on her radar.
Cessna 67 Delta, after your touch and go, make right, close traffic to runway 31 right.
Oh, right. Yeah.
31 right, 67 Delta.
Right traffic.
Right traffic, 67 Delta.
Yeah, she wants to let you know that we're doing right pattern there. Okay. So you have to repeat that and clear for the option 31 right. So yeah, so we can go ahead and head for the end of the runways there. Yeah, you just want to kind of pick out the important stuff.
Okay.
I leave out Palm Springs. I don't remember what you said.
Okay. Well, I'm recording this, so I'll get it when I get home. So that's all good. Yeah.
Just make it short. Like when he says contact him, I just say 11. I actually even drop the first one because they're always ones.
Okay.
19.7. You'll hear a lot of airline guys say that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's got the markings on it there.
Yeah.
Yeah, get us above 70.
Yep.
Because you do not want to be below 70 at all. Anytime you're coming in here, just to make sure you don't run into something.
Yep. We're right at 70.
Okay. When I flew here before, there were some people killed on the other side over there.
Oh, no,
so
I felt that just amazing drop in speed.
He actually made us fly at 80 approaches, and then we'd slow down right in here.
Oh.
That sock shows we have a tailwind.
Alrighty, here we go.
Now on a check ride, keep that at 20 degrees or less.
Yeah, I knew that. That's why I mentioned to you because I'd violate the other lane over there. Boy, that's where the speed slows way down. Okay. We're at 70. We're good. Center line. RP'd in.
You just don't want to get too far out this way because she has to launch somebody that won't be kind of in the way. Plus it takes you over here closer to the Banning Pass. The closer you get to it, the worse the weather, the winds get if they're blowing good.
Okay, I'm going to come around to 130 now. Back down to 1500. Up pretty high. At this point, I would probably give it a flap.
With the wind squirrely?
Maybe not. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we've got to come down a little bit if it's okay.
And it's coming. You got one red.
Yeah.
There's two.
Okay.
Yeah. Any kind of winds like that, and especially if they're swirling around, I don't
need to
use
fly
flaps.
it in. Yeah.
Yeah, that way these things don't have no power, so you can accelerate a little faster with
according to that, I'm too low.
Yeah, but you're actually, well, you're going to be pretty close to the numbers. coming down like that. That will bring you down right to the lights if you stay on the white and 2 whites and 2 reds. This is where, since we're coming in with a tailwind, that you wouldn't want to get used to how fast you're going over the ground, because then you'd slow yourself down, and our ground speed's actually higher than normal because we have that tailwind.
Oh, you're right.
So if you went by what you looked at, you could put us into a stall, by just going by the ground.
Wow, so you could get down to 65 and really be at 55.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay.
Cessna 67 Delta, traffic on a 1 mile final to the parallel runway as a regional jet. Caution wake turbulence, runway 31 right, clear for the option.
I got him in sight.
Oh, we have him in sight, 67 Delta, runway 31 right, with option.
Good.
You have him in sight, I didn't.
Yeah, he's just coming over Ramon.
Okay. All right. We'll roll this thing back.
On the check ride, I'd say if you can, square it off the best you can.
Okay. But right traffic, I notice, is just not, let me get back to 130 here. Just got to really rely on the...
Yeah, I just...
43, turn left enable, contact ground point under, good day.
Left enable, going to ground.
I get to my altitude on the upwind, and then I turn right to a 30-degree bank turn. And then I just try to get around, and in some instances, though, if you get so much turbulence, you don't want to bank it a lot because you could stall it.
Okay. Turn too soon.
As soon as you see this, I'd pull the power all the way off.
Yeah, it's off. It's off.
Since we got a tailwind, it's going to bring us there faster.
Right.
Oh, we're coming down fine.
Push it just a little bit. Beat in.
That was good.
Right.
I just worry about, you bank too much, your stall speed increases as you bank, or
Yeah.
you get a pretty good jolt or something.
Well,
that,
and
puts you into a stall.
Yeah, and you've had that experience. I've never had an experience of stalling anything in a bank.
The big thing with flying is that airspeed. If it's rough, then I wouldn't let it. Don't try to gain altitude real fast. Speed's more important, I think, than gaining the altitude. Now, there's probably certain situations where that might be different, but from what I've seen and read about in crashes, because I used to read about all that stuff before I even flew, the airspeed's pretty much everything. Because if I do have a problem, I might be a little bit lower, but now I got a little bit more time to react because I got the speed to bleed off. Because like I said, there's always that, oh shit, that little delay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only a little bit, but sometimes if you're pitched up, only that little bit can matter.
Cessna 67 Delta, runway 31 right, clear for the option. Caution wake turbulence for a departing Airbus on the parallel.
You can just
Cessna 67 Delta, 31.
And we're clear for the option, 31 right, 67 Delta. Yeah. Then it's slower speed.
Yeah, just right at the end of that turn is when the speed just went home.
Yeah.
So we're at 85, 90 right now.
Skyway 62205, runway 31 left, clear for takeoff.
Oops, sorry.
Clear for takeoff 31 left, Skyway 6205.
And then add just a little bit of right rudder on that
Skyway
to keep the nose going.
on the right
Okay.
is in right close traffic.
Okay.
Repeat in.
205, Roger.
Yeah, I didn't expect the long ground effect there.
Then when we come off, let's kind of angle over a little bit to the right.
You bet.
Since he's going to launch on that other runway.
Shit.
Let's actually do a full stop. This is wake turbulence. That turbulence will be blown right towards us.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
we'll just go down to the end.
Okay.
Here you can't turn around.
Unless 4633,
Unless you get permission, you can't just spin around on the runway.
Okay, so
Yeah,
what do
we have to go to the end.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm back on the taxiway.
Anything that you do, she has to know about, because she might have, you know,
Okay.
a plane behind us landing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So call her and tell her?
She knows we're going to stop,
Okay.
so we'll come off the end here.
Okay.
And when you come off, you could just tell her we're going to taxi back to stay in the pattern again.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we'll just stop over this line here.
Yep. Palm Springs Tower, Cessna 4867 Delta, we're clear runway 31 right. We're going to taxi back for a takeoff again.
Cessna 67 Delta, contact ground 121.9er.
21.9 tower.
21.9.
Okay. Now, before we can move, though, we have to talk to ground, because we're not allowed to do anything here.
Oh,
Citation 191.
So everything,
Sequence holding short 31 left.
everything in a controlled field is all, you can't do anything unless you get permission.
okay, I'm glad we stopped then.
Yeah. So now,
Just call Palm Springs ground?
yeah, you're going to say Palm Springs ground, Cessna 4867 Delta. We're at Juliet. Like to taxi back to 31 right to stay in pattern.
Palm Springs ground, Cessna 4867 Delta. We're at Juliet. Would like to taxi back for departure on 31 right.
Cessna 4867 Delta, Palm Springs ground, runway 31 right, taxi via Echo and say destination.
We're going to do touch goes.
We're going to do touch and goes, taxi via Echo.
47 Delta, roger, remain on your squawk code.
Just tell them, okay.
Remain on squawk code.
Yeah. We'll actually turn it off while we're taxiing. Yeah, so we'll just taxi down there. And
Okay, we're on Juliet now. Where's...
this is Echo here.
Oh,
Juliet's at just that little one, and it goes across the other runway over there.
oh, I see. And so here's Echo. Okay.
Yeah.
This is great because I've never done any... No, this is like Mulberry Street and then Plum Street and...
Yeah, and when they're blacked out like that, that's the one you're on. And then the other ones are yellow.
You mean they change color?
The ones that you aren't on, when I see one else, there's a sign that'll show, like, hotel. And, yeah, you can kind of see it over there on the runway. The sign is actually all yellow, and then the letter is dark color. But you can see ours, the one we're on, Echo. Actually, those two are together, Hotel and Echo.
I can't see him just yet till we get up there.
It's on the left right here.
Oh,
Echo's in black. That means we're on that one. Hotel means it goes that way. We're not on Hotel. So.
And do they change
Now, if we turned on to hotel, you can see the H over there in that line of them. It's black, so that means
Do I
you're
stop here?
No, we're cleared all the way down to the end.
Okay.
Well, yeah, to the apron of Atlantic down here. So yeah, so whatever you're on is blacked out. The letter is actually yellow. Or the next one, I don't know. He was in that group. He was a test pilot back then.
Yeah, I'm supposed to stay in the center of this lane over here, aren't I?
The nose wheel should be on that line.
On the line, okay. So we don't have planes passing each other.
No,
here.
they'd stop somebody or have somebody hold.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we're gonna make the right here.
Okay.
So you can see how Echo's blacked out, and when we make the turn here, you can see Bravo's blacked out. So this is actually taxiway Bravo. And then they got the red markings that mean stop. Plus it's painted, and then they got the blinking lights now.
Hey, do I still say center or just over in here?
You stay in the center.
Okay.
The whole time, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and then we'll just stop here, and you do not even want to put a spinner across that line, because I've heard them yell at people for that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Good afternoon.
So then we're going to go back to tower.
778, ready to push up for gate 15.
Tower was this?
191
Okay.
Victor Echo.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then what we're going to do is we're just going to call and say Palm Springs Tower, 4867 Delta. We're holding short, 31 right, ready for takeoff.
Okay.
And we're staying in the pattern.
Okay. Palm Springs Tower, Cessna 4867 Delta. We're holding short, runway 31 right, ready for takeoff, and we'll be staying in the pattern.
Cessna 4867 Delta, runway 3, Palm Springs Tower, runway 31 right, clear for takeoff, make right close traffic.
And then clear for takeoff, 31 right, right traffic.
Clear for takeoff, 31 right, right traffic, 67 Delta.
Perfect.
Okay, you got your transponder back. So when we're on the ground, man, make sure you repeat those instructions.
Yeah.
Okay. Now that aircraft just taking off was not big enough to give us any
Citation, you could feel it, the bump.
Okay, but it's not a danger.
Not like the big ones, they'll roll
Okay.
you over.
Jeez.
Or they can.
Okay.
Boy, he's really climbing.
Okay, here we go.
Citation 1 Victor Echo, contact SoCal departure, good day.
Good day.
Okay, 40 knots. 50.
Palm Springs Tower, citation 101, Papa Golf, make a visual to 31 left
60.
hand Challenger.
Citation 101 Papa Golf, Palm Springs Tower, runway 31 left, clear to land.
Kind of a sloppy.
And 31 left, Papa Golf.
Cessna 2473 Juliet, squawk 0271 and ident.
0271.
Which translation is don't ride my brakes.
Yeah.
Palm Springs American 2485, 9 out, 31 left.
Okay.
American 2045 Palm Springs Tower, runway 31 left, clear to
Ground
land.
1, 2.
And yeah, it's on there, and we're going to wait just a second though. If she doesn't come back to us, I just tell her, I go to her,
Cessna 67 Delta, contact ground point, 9 good day.
67 Delta, contact ground.
yeah, I'll tell her, you know, I'm off at Juliet, 67 Delta off at Juliet.
Okay. So put this down to
But-
standby.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you're not actually supposed to switch to another frequency unless they tell you. And that's why.
Oh, just wait here. And
Yeah,
then just tell her we're clear, and then she'll tell me to go to ground.
Because
Okay.
sometimes they get busy and they kind of lose track of you there for a second because we're way down here.
Yep.
So I just remind her.
Got it. Okay. Palm Springs ground, Cessna 4867 Delta. We're clear one-way 31 right on Juliet. Ready to taxi. Back.
That's 467 Delta, Palm Springs runway 31 right, taxi via Echo, and say intentions.
We'll be taxiing back and then departing again on 31 right.
For touch and go. Delta, and what is your destination?
Request touch and go.
That's 67 Delta, Roger.
Yeah, you always want to just tell them for the touch and go, because here they want to know where you're going every time you take off.
Right, yeah. Right. Thank you. I'll get it. I know I will, but boy. Here, go back to the control tower. Palm Springs Tower, Cessna 4867 Delta, holding short runway 31 right, ready to depart, staying in the pattern for touch and goes.
Cessna 4867 Delta, Palm Springs Tower, hold short, runway 31 right, landing traffic.
Yeah, you have to actually say hold short of.
Hold short, 31 right, 67 Delta.
Perfect.
Westjet 1723, contact SoCal departure today.
They're big on runway numbers and holding short.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, they could also give you a line up and wait. What that means is taxi out there, line up on the runway, but you have to wait till they clear you to take off.
Oh, so line up means go out to the runway?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is hold short, line up and wait. Oh, that guy came from Bermuda.
Yeah.
Cessna 67 Delta, runway 31 right, line up and wait.
So you just repeat back.
67 Delta, line up and wait, 31 right.
Perfect. Yeah, you're getting this stuff.
Go on out?
Yeah, you just follow the line out there. We'll line up on the center line, and then we'll just come to a stop.
Line up?
Yeah, it's line up and wait. So we'll be waiting for him to clear that runway. Unless he's doing a touch and go.
Cessna 73 Juliet, turn right when able, contact ground point, Niner, good day. Cessna 67 Delta, runway 31 right, clear for takeoff, make a right, close traffic.
67 Delta, departing 31 right for right traffic.
Good.
Okay, no more speed this time.
Yeah, and as I go down the runway, I glance at that windsock always.
Yeah, I
see what it's doing.
Yeah, I was looking left for it before, so I...
Now you can see the wind's kind of coming from my side over here.
Yes, I see that.
Palm Springs, Alaska 548 right base.
That should be enough.
Alaska 548, Palm Springs Tower, runway 31 left, clear to land, wind calm.
Clear to land 31 left, Alaska 548.
You could actually see it's blown us a little bit of the center line,
Yeah, I can feel it.
But it's kind of all over the place, so you can see those windsocks are showing the other directions coming from over there.
Sure glad I didn't come down here on my third lesson.
Yeah, this place, you know, when I do sign you off, you really want to make sure that it's decent over here because you can get in trouble out here fast with the squirrely wind.
Well, it was 6 knots when we called. I don't think it's more than that, do you?
But it's being blocked by the hill.
Oh, I see.
And it's causing a swirl.
So, in other words, 6 can turn into 12 pretty quick?
Yeah, if the wind direction changes, then you can get slammed all of a sudden. Some of those windmills have stopped out there, unless they feathered them. That one's feathered. Those are feathered.
Then depart once again. 67 Delta, we're now clear of runway 31 right.
Oh, he was talking. Oh, that was blocked.
Cessna 67 Delta, runway 31 right, taxi via Echo, remain on this frequency.
Echo. Yeah.
Taxi back on Echo, remain on 970.
Yeah, I just say taxi back Echo and we'll remain with you. Yeah. Alrighty. Got a different way to do it this time. Yeah, they don't always stay with the exact same thing. It changes sometimes.
Well, the ground girl's got to go get coffee.
Yeah.
Springs Tower, Cessna 4867 Delta, holding short, runway 31 right for departure.
Cessna 4867 Delta, you leaving the area?
You ready to go back?
Yeah, let's head back.
That's affirmative. We'll be departing the area, 67 Delta.
Be going to Bermuda Dunes.
67 Delta, roger. For now, fly straight out, runway 31 right, clear for takeoff.
Runway 31 right, cleared for takeoff. 67 Delta.
Affirmative, make it straight out, runway heading for now, and where are you going to go?
Straight out heading, we'll be going back to Bermuda Dunes.
Roger.
The moral of that story is, you know, just when you think you have everything under control, something could happen that...
Well, the problem is you get good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That day I just pulled too much. But it didn't stall. I would have taken out that radar, maybe.
67 Delta, do you see a sus entering the downwind high to your right?
Negative.
At 1 o'clock?
Nope. 1 o'clock.
That's right, 67 Delta, you're clear for takeoff, 31 right.
Okay, we're clear for takeoff, 31 right. We'll be looking for him. And 67 Delta, we got that traffic now.
So 67 Delta, roger.
Yeah, so I held it down to just about in here, and then I cranked the 60-degree bank turn.
Oh.
Cessna 17 Foxtrot, runway 31 right, clear to land.
Just kind of fit into traffic.
67 Delta, squawk VFR, change to advisory, frequency approved, good day.
And then just say VFR 67 Delta.
VFR 67 Delta. So I'm crazy. I think I have the runway in sight this time.
Just out of curiosity, where would you put this if this engine quit on you right
Well,
now?
okay.
Since you were talking about that.
Yeah, let me do my thing here and get it. So we're up flying straight and narrow. Okay, gliding along. Still got time to get across the freeway, so I'm just looking over here because there's a lot of open space over there. And
that's probably a better area than over here.
Yeah. Okay, so there, you see the road right down here. It makes a left-hand turn. If I came S-turn right on around, well, maybe I'd go off it. There's a little overpass there. But it's a little private road right at the end of this golf course area here.
Yep, that's the one I was looking at.
Okay,
too. I'd
so
probably take that.
I could S-turn.
Yeah.
And touchdown just right on or before it. I'd have to get between a couple power lines, but at least I'd be on the ground.
Yeah, if you touch down there right at the beginning there, you'd be fine.
Now this road right back over here, there's not much on that either.
No.
So
I don't know if there was power lines along there or not. You can continue on.
If I was going to get there, I would have already turned by now just to get across that freeway.
Yeah, you could add your power back in and we'll just head back. I'm just curious.
Be appropriate then, or?
Well, you'd want to go out there a ways.
Oh, go out there a ways.
If you actually did it.
Okay, well then I'm better just to jump on the downwind leg then. Is that right?
I don't hear anybody.
Okay.
Yeah, if you were going to do that, you'd want to make a choice of doing that earlier, and then you'd fly out that way and then come in.
You just don't go midway out.
Yeah, because if you did that, then if somebody was coming on a 45, then you'd be kind of going at them.
Yeah. Yep. Bermuda Dunes traffic, Cessna 4867 Delta entering the downwind for runway 28 Bermuda Dunes.
Yeah, dip the swing. Because the wind's blowing this way a little bit.
Thank you for that.